All right. Let me check if we are live.
Back to the routine of checking.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. Nice. Let
Okay.
me go live on Abstract as well. Alrighty.
Um, Send link to everyone. Okay, I am done. Once again, I
You
beat you,
done?
Bogan.
I need to do the Discord one, and then I need to do the X one. So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it
Mm-hmm.
kind of makes sense. Whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I do know that my words per minute is higher than yours. Um,
Oh no,
just
you did
saying.
not just say that to a Gen Z, Bogan. We can type text
We can.
competition next day.
Oh, we can do that. We can actually do. We can actually live stream that. Like, who has the best OVPN?
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm very confident on my abilities that I can reach like 120, 130,
Okay.
even higher on a good day. So we'll see about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we
What
can
about
try.
you, though? Like, you haven't even said your numbers, so.
Bogan, I've never done it. Like they didn't have
Oh,
that.
you never done it. Oh, okay. Let's do this though. Like after the stream, I'll send you the website that I use,
Okay.
um, and then we'll give it a go.
Okay. 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 Yeah, let's do that. I'm excited. I'm gonna win though, by the way.
Sure.
Okay. I think we have some people with us. GM, everyone. Welcome back to the Art and Yap session, my favorite time of the week. Last week, unfortunately, your girl was down bad with a sickness, fever, flu. I don't know what to call it. So we missed it, but happy to be back. And Gwen is cooking as always, and my partner in crime is here. It's gonna be a good session. Go.
It's always a good session. So I mean, it's
Mhm.
good to have you back. I'm glad to see that you're feeling so much better.
Thank you.
And yeah, we've been cooking, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but we posted yesterday that we reached 100 million views on Giphy, which
Yes.
is pretty epic. We actually need to thank one of the newest gifts that obviously the Goldwyn created. Uh, it's doing incredibly well. Like honestly, like we were just having that chat like literally a few minutes before we went live. Like, dude, that one is performing incredibly well, and that's
Yeah.
obviously gonna push the others.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it looks like we're definitely on the right track. We've been telling you, like when we transition or more like when we've revamped that
Mm,
strategy on like pushing really hard on 3D content, we knew
yeah.
that it was going to be hard. We knew that it was going to take longer than just creating 2D stuff like many others have been doing because it's easy to scale that up.
Yeah.
But honestly, like having obviously the talent of Win, it just makes things easier. So yeah, I mean, maybe we can show which one is it in particular and why it's performing pretty well. But my
Yes.
goodness, like, and it's so cool because we get to see the BTS of those things, right? The things that are actually performing in well too. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty epic. Let me go
Exactly.
real quick with you, Bam Bam. I see that you're sharing your
Uh,
screen.
yes, I have our Jiffy page up live right now.
Nice.
So the GIF that actually performed like really well and kicked off was actually this
Yep.
one which we posted less than a week ago. I think it was like I did a sneaky post Wednesday or Thursday last week.
Mm.
And it is currently sitting at 13 million views. Yesterday it
Wait,
was
what?
eight.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
13 million.
yes,
30
Jesus.
million.
yeah, 13 million. Yesterday it was 8.6 mil. Right now it's
Nice.
13.6 mil. So in the span of one day, it's jumped another 5 mil. It's performing really well, and from the analytics and just checking the platform and everything, seems we've caught win. of Jiffy, and Algo really loves it, so it's kind of pushing all the other
Mm,
content that's similar as well. Um, so I think I like Bogan said earlier, right, about the whole 3D thing. If you do it right, it brings us back to the conversation we had, I think, a couple spaces ago, where it's like it only takes one, you know.
hmm
And this one took off like crazy, took off, you know. And now we are in the good graces of the Jiffy Lords, and they love us, and they've been pushing for more of the content to be seen. So I'm just looking forward to where this brings us. Number one, look forward to the community enjoying more gifs from us, being able to use
mm.
them to express your emotions and everything. And hopefully we get more bangers like this. And what's the next goal? What should we put a next goal as?
I mean, honestly, like this is so good. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just I'm just happy because obviously, the team putting a lot of work and effort, sweat, tears, everything. It's being reflected slowly but surely,
Yeah,
which is really, really good, right? Like, I mean, the moment we took the decision, hey, we need to transition from 2D to 3D because that really reflects the brand.
yeah,
uh, we knew that we were gonna struggle for a little bit up until we find kind of like the tone that we wanted to go with the 3D art. Some people were doubting that, but then with this, we're pretty much convincing them that this is the right way to go,
yeah,
because you don't get to see this quite often. I'm not just talking about Web 3, but also in Web 2. Like, this is unique. This is a really unique proposition coming from the Plooshies brand.
yeah,
Um, so it will just, however long this is gonna take to even reach higher numbers.
yeah,
Obviously, 100 mil views, it's pretty epic. Then 150, 200, 300, 500, all the way to 1 billion views. I mean, this is not a sprint race. This is a marathon, and
yeah,
I really feel that we're on the right track,
yeah,
because then obviously the stuff that we're doing, we're scaling that up to our IG page, to TikTok content, so people will see that there's, we are being consistent with the stuff that we're putting out there. So whether the first touch point would be the GIFs, right, or GIFs, or whether that be the content on IG or TikTok, they'd be like, "Oh, I've seen these characters before." They will know that, right? So I think that's pretty epic. Um,
yeah,
Obviously, something that we were talking, I believe, last week as well, with the partnership, that we actually signed a contract not that long ago. That in due time we will be announcing what that actually means.
yeah,
Um, it's just like, oh man, I'm so excited, like, not gonna lie. Super
yeah.
excited.
So true. And I mean, like, these gifs and everything. I think a lot of people might have also, I guess, been concerned about kind of like, when you were talking, Bogan, about pushing 3D content, trying to grow an IP. Like, what does that mean? Like, what
Mm,
does it do? These numbers, they represent the acknowledgement of the Plooshies as an IP, that so that we can actually go to different investors, we can go to different potential partners, distributors,
correct.
and all of these numbers, they represent views, they represent people acknowledging the brand over and over and over. And
Mm,
like, you think like launching GIFs is simple. Dude, we've been in the trenches. I'll say it like openly here. We've been in the trenches, just fixing the hashtags, going through the different trends. Oh my
yeah.
god, like I am dreaming Jiffy right now. But it's like this is our, I guess, second best performing 3D GIF right now.
Yeah.
It's hitting close to 500K. All of these are getting a lot of love, and they're getting a lot of appreciation, and it's amazing to see because you don't see this often. Like, if you're gonna see something 3D in Jiffy, it's gonna be human, you know. Or if it's cartoons, then it's 2D. But like, I think we found that perfect middle spot where people get to enjoy it, and we get to keep our branding and everything. It's relatable to people in many ways.
I agree. I agree.
Me
um
loves our gifs, and my account,
we
my
sure do.
I think my laptop is buggy now.
Let me go back to Win.
Yep.
um so what are you gonna be cooking today, Win?
Yeah, I've been a bit focused on this one. So I'm trying to figure out the animation here for the character
Hmm.
jumping out of the way
Yep.
of what is perceived to be danger, I guess. Yeah, that's where we are
Nice.
right now. And
How hard it is to make that sort of animation where he kind of jumps.
well, it's actually not hard. In this case,
Okay.
he's jumping off screen, so I don't need to make any other kind of
Oh, fair.
details,
Okay.
additional details, right? Once it's off screen, then it's done.
Mm.
That's the thing. So yeah, I mean, if I were to have to create like interaction there where he lands, that's a bit more tricky because then I would have to think about, all right, um, the momentum, how much momentum is there, like
Mm.
how much secondary motion would happen from the
Mm.
ears, the tail. Yes, the tail is always a nightmare because there's literally how many bones there? Eight, I think. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yes,
7.
eight. Oh,
8.
seven.
Okay.
Oh, we include the base here. It's eight.
Yeah, fair.
Mm.
Okay, 8.
So, but yeah, I think the tail has always been an issue besides the short arms, right?
Yeah.
The
Oh, I
tail is
remember those combos from a while ago that, with the tail, it's always being an issue. Because if it looks stiff, it looks like not PG-13, I would say.
I
The
don't
so,
know
tail
who
end.
that
so
is.
it's
I think
like so it's like
perspective.
we really need to have that sort of slow movement. Because if not, it's just like, mate.
Dude, I have never thought of the tails that way, but now that you bring it up, okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I feel like we thought about that. I feel like a while ago the community thought about that too. So you can't unsee it once you. But yeah,
True.
it's
Yes.
good. It's good that it has bones and some sort of movement now. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the thing with the tail though, animating it was like it's just with so many parts of it, and usually Tails has to follow physics a bit, right? As it
Mm,
swings, or like it's a difference between the character actually controlling it and then
Mm.
the tail just kind of following along, or just flopping, whatever it is. So I
Yeah.
have to kind of balance out the idea where the characters would actually start trying to move it. That's when the character expresses something, right? Surprise, things like
mm,
that. There's an
Yeah.
actual motion there, but the natural motion of the physics for the tail as it sways from side to side in the wind or whatever it is, that's where it gets tricky.
Mm.
And back then, what I would do is to have the complicated kind of faking physics using, in this case, Blender's bone system, and it can be buggy at the time. So yeah, the thing with Blender, that's where it's a one weakness with Blender right now. There's I don't have any kind of real physics to the bones, yes, and or
mm,
there's no real simple way of doing it. It's
Mm.
always really complicated stuff.
Mm.
So right now, I mostly do it manual movement, just kind of you know imagining which way the tail would point and things like that. Like especially now,
mm.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I will say you're doing really well with each of the, I guess, like custom movements that you're doing yourself.
Yeah.
Um it's crazy to think that you have to move 8 different parts just to move one single tail. Um but yeah, I mean the content that comes out, everything like that, it's been doing amazing on every front.
Yeah, and I'm happy. That's always good. And
Yeah.
when
I
they
was
do
just
stuff.
saying, yeah, I was just saying that Gwyn is like has the right to boast the most since he was the one who made the gifs and the reels and everything. Like
Yeah.
it's all you, buddy. Love
Well,
it.
thank you.
But
But
I mean, I guess it's good.
yeah,
I
it's
guess it's good that you figured it out, though, because a bunch of the plushies that we have that same tail as well.
Yeah.
Like the raccoon, for instance, right? It's sort of like the same model too, um,
Yeah.
and the
They
fox,
got
if I remember
they have the
correctly.
huge tails.
Yeah.
But
yeah, yeah. It's always I mean it's always good when I start doing these animations with characters like the dog or the bear, so I don't have to think about the tail.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
And it's especially so when, let's say, I have to put them in a situation where it's a bit more cramped, right?
Mm.
Or when they have to sit on something. Oh my goodness, that's a like the tail is so big. It's more like they're sitting on their tail, not sitting on the chair.
Hey, that could actually be cute. Imagine Penelope rolling up her tail into a
Mhm.
seat. Like she's just like out in the city one day, and then she gets a bit tired, and then she just rolls her tail up and sits.
I mean, it's possible, I guess, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
personal share.
would be a problem when trying to watch TV or try to have coffee when you can't reach the table. But yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I can imagine if I had that tail, I'd be like just cuddling it to bed every day. Just Alright, but Gwen, the animation that you're doing right now gave me this one question that I can't get out of my mind. So
Yeah.
right now, Penelope's kind of running, right? And then she's leaning a lot forward. So I want to, like, from your perspective, I want to know what would it be like if a plushie fell? Like, because I would imagine it'd be like a human, but then also no, because they're soft. Like, how would you imagine it would be like if a plushie fell? I don't know why that's the
I
question I
would
just
I would say it won't make a thud
mm,
sound. Yes, it'll just make a like a squeak, I guess, maybe.
would they bounce?
That's kind of cute. Just a squeaky sound. It'll just be kind of a bit bounce off a bit, I guess.
Interesting, interesting.
So
Okay,
I
because
guess like that is representative in the game, right? We don't have fall damage. So
exactly, exactly. Because if you fall, you just bounce back.
yeah, you're flush. There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, but
Okay,
it
okay.
it brings me back to the first trailer of the Plooshies,
Mm,
when like that sound that Penelope makes when she's jumping outside of the box to like the floor, and
yeah,
it makes
yeah,
that kind of cute squeaky sound.
yeah.
I feel like that would be when a Plooshie fails. Like it would make that sound. Like, um,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
right?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so cute. Yeah, but dude, I just want to see them bounce. We need to make a reel or something where the plushies fall. I don't know why, but I think it would just be the cutest thing.
Oh, maybe we can do that. The character is like falling off somewhere really high, and it's
Mm,
so scary as the wind passes through the character. She's like, "Oh no, we're getting closer to the ground," and then it's just
mm,
like cut to the ground, and it's just boink.
blink,
Oh,
and then
I mean,
actually she
sure.
fell
oh, never mind. I'm okay.
and then she fell for like a really small box that's like not very high off the ground.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
but
like,
also surely there's a plushie that's sort of like the prankster, right? Like maybe one
Mm,
plushie's tripping the other one just
mm,
because they're just making fun of each other or whatever. Sure, I mean there has to be a plushie that's the prankster, like keeping kind of like those vibes. Like there's always one. You always have one of those friends
I feel like that gives
that's
off Bonnie
scaring
vibes.
you when you don't expect that, and you're like, oh, what the fuck, mate.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
yeah,
that's definitely Bonnie vibes. The cat.
Yeah.
Cat will definitely be the bully.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Cats are kind of naughty,
hmm
um,
hmm
so yeah.
Yes, can confirm that with all of these things running around me. By the way, we have like 130 listeners with us right now. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Art and Yap session. We have Gwen cooking as always. Bogan and I yapping nonstop as always. We just celebrated a huge milestone that we had.
Yeah.
So give us a like, leave some comments, leave your thoughts. Where do you want to see the plushies next? Because I wanna get some ideas. I wanna get the community to become a part of like ideation and everything of how we launch the brand. So any thoughts there, guys? Let us know. Let's cook.
let's cook.
Let's cook. Let's cook.
Let's cook indeed. But yeah, guys, share those jiffies with your fam, with your friends. Like honestly, I use them nonstop. Even from like, I don't really use Instagram a lot as like with my personal account, but
Yeah.
I'm sharing everything. Like I'm just putting it out there, and every now and then I do get some people. Like some people know that I'm, that the plushies and blah blah blah, like from my Web2 friends.
Yeah.
But some others are like, hey, what is this? This is super cute. And I'm like,
Mm.
just wait and see, pay attention. So yeah, just do that.
Onboarding.
Like honestly, it doesn't really requires that much to like just share the link or share it, and you're good to go.
Onboarding people to the Plooshies one person at a time.
One person at a
Also,
time. Yeah.
on the topic of Instagram, we have, I guess, another fun surprise. So I've recently gotten a hold of the GIFs with transparent backgrounds.
Nice.
So once those are uploaded to the Jiffy, which will be soon, they will actually be available for you to include into text messages, add into your stories on Instagram, use it to reply to stuff on Instagram. Stickers on Jiffy, you can pretty much get them on any other platform that's also Web2 friendly. So get ready to see some of those, use them. Hopefully, we have a lot of emotions or anything like that that you're trying to portray. And if not, we'll add more. We'll keep adding more. I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait for my mom to like see a plushie like sticker on my story and be like, "What's this?" You know, she's always
Yes.
fascinated by the cute IPs in Web3, but also really doesn't like that I'm working in Web3.
But it does help a lot, hey, with those stickers like on WhatsApp or Instagram because people use
Mm,
them heaps.
yeah,
Like I don't use WhatsApp that often though. Like I have maybe a few groups, but only I feel like WhatsApp is quite, I don't know, it feels like a European sort of thing that I've noticed in South America as well.
yeah.
Um, but other than that, it's just iMessage, right? Um,
I
I
use
don't know.
this thing called Line. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know if
line, yeah, yeah, of
yeah.
course, yeah. But that's, I mean, I'm not that familiar with that Asian sort of things, but yeah, I do know. Like it's kind of like people using WeChat or Line. But yeah,
Sorry, I have to. You said
Yes.
Line. You use Line. That
Yes.
still exists. I thought it
Oh
died.
my god. No. So this is what happened. It was first launched by Korea, I think, like South Korea,
Yeah,
Naver, and then Thailand. Like Thai people loved it so much, like everyone used it to the point where
same
like
here.
Thailand bought it. Thailand bought the rights to
oh,
Line.
Thailand bought it.
Seriously.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know that.
a
Interesting.
Thai
Okay.
product now. Yeah. So now Line is like the official headquarters. Everything is in Thailand. Like it's been bought over.
Mhm.
So every single Thai person uses Line. Like most people wouldn't use Telegram. They don't know what WhatsApp is really, but they
Mm,
use Line, and no one uses iMessage in Thailand.
Yeah, because like in
interesting.
Indonesia, Line was really big back then, quite a few years ago, and I used it all the time. All my friends used it because it
Mm,
was kind of like everybody moved there from WhatsApp.
yeah,
And then after a while, I don't know what happened. You know,
we
my
bought
wife.
it.
I don't know. No, not about that. It's more like for some reason people here just stopped using it. I remember back then, it's like my wife loved reading. Was it manhwa? It's like those
Yeah. Mm,
Korean comics, right?
yeah, yeah.
Web comic stuff
Yeah.
through there. Yeah, and I thought like my wife just said somehow like, oh, I don't know why it died. I think they changed the format and it's not a messaging app anymore. That's what my wife said, or something
What?
like
Mm.
that. I don't exactly. That's why I'm surprised when you said, "Oh, everybody here
Yeah.
uses Line." I was like, "What? Wait, what? Line? It's still a thing?"
No, Line is still a thing. Right, like see, like this,
It's
my
this
Line
one, right? Like I don't know if you
is
can
like
see it. I feel like
Then
I
yes,
where
have
yes.
it
did my
on
wife get that
YouTube.
information? Like, because I think I still have Line in my other phone, so I have
Because
to check.
it has the messages, it has like this thing called Voom where it's more like, updates and stuff. They have the news on there, they have comics, they have like even some, I think they also have like wallets now, sort of like, like WeChat Pay. They have
Mm.
the movies, the animes, like everything. They pretty much all full service.
I love the stickers, Line
Yes.
Bear and all that. That the bunny. I love those.
Their IP is adorable. I mean, they have like official flagship stores for the IP products. Like they started off as a messaging app, and now they have like flagship stores for IP products.
I'm gonna start using Line if you're using Line, Bam Bam. I want to
Oh,
give it a
Yes, download Line. I'll send you all my favorite like Line themes and Line stickers and all that, and then you'll just
I'm
have me
just
as.
curious. If I still have my Line app, oh no, where's my?
This is
Oh,
it, guys. This is how I onboard the whole team to Line instead of Telegram and WhatsApp. Now, because I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really use WhatsApp much. It's not really popular anywhere at all. Um, so like
it's
I haven't
interesting to
really
hear
used
that.
it. Yeah, crazy. I'm gonna get everyone to use Line now.
I'm doing that now. Let me see. Setting up
Let's
my account.
But there's got to be a reason why it kind of just died off here. Because from what you're telling me, it's doing fine.
Yeah, it's doing amazing. When I lived in the UK, everyone was using Facebook Messenger. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's another one. Facebook Messenger. I hate it.
my family in the UK still use Facebook Messenger. I barely check it. Like I do not. That one I definitely don't get. Like WhatsApp is still fine-ish. But Facebook
Mm.
Messenger, no.
Oh, dude, I'm terrible with messages or like, because I hate WhatsApp as well. Like, I don't really like it. The
Yeah,
only reason why I'm using that is because I know that a bunch of my friends prefer to use WhatsApp than iMessage, even if they have iPhones. I'm like, dude, why? Like, it's so much easier, dude. Like, why do you stick with fucking WhatsApp? But also
mm.
because the family groups are on WhatsApp, and I'm like, guys, we
There's
can do the
also
same with iMessage, mate. Like,
there's
why
also
the?
this issue, Bogan.
Oh my god.
In Thailand, we get a lot of like spam messages from different, I guess,
mm,
companies and like
scammers and stuff.
yeah, skimmers, and then we get like OTPs and yada yada yada, and there's just
Mm,
a lot of other messages. So people like don't use iMessage at all because you can't
yeah,
see the message. It's all just skim.
yeah, yeah. I see that point though. Um,
Uh, okay, on this topic, I mean, we're
I'm
gonna
trying to
need to.
find my Plooshy PFP. I'm sorry, sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, when we're on the topic of like social messaging apps and everything, we're gonna start to launch. We're gonna need to start launching like stickers and emojis and all that in these different apps, so people can,
Mm,
use the Plooshy IP wherever they are.
yep,
We already did some
great.
stickers for the Telegram community. I think they've been vibing with it. They have their favorite yeet command, their favorite bonk command. That's literally all we talk about all day. But yeah, I mean, social messaging, I think, is just a whole new thing nowadays. You can't live without it. Yeah, same,
Uh,
Molly. I have never used iMessage.
but why? It's so simple though.
But
But
it's
it's
so.
interesting though because I used to have Android phones
Mm-mm.
for so many years. Because I went through this phase where if I go way back, right, like Nokia was kind of like the first thing that I had. Then
Yeah.
I transitioned to BlackBerry.
Mm-hmm.
Then from BlackBerry, I moved to iPhones. And then at some point, I was like, you know what? I want to try Android phones.
Mm.
Because I remember that I was just like, these fucking iPhones, they keep remaining the same shit over and over again. I
Project.
kind of want more. I want more freedom with Android and stuff. And I was checking YouTube videos from like tech YouTubers,
Yeah.
like MKHBD and stuff. And then I found this really obscure brand that is for
Mm.
like techie guys called OnePlus, which is not very. It's kind of like either you go with Samsung, or maybe Google, whatever.
Yeah.
So I went with that one, and I was very happy with it. But then I was like, dude, maybe I should go back to iPhone. Mostly because they have USB C. That kind of made it for me. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll go with iPhone, and I bought an iPhone. Like literally not that long ago. So
You fell back into the peer
I
pressure.
fell back. I fell back into it, getting back into the Apple ecosystem, getting back. It's a trap. Like buying the
Yeah.
iWatch and the fucking AirPods. Like it was like if I'm going in, I'm going all in. I guess the only thing that I will never get, um, it's a MacBook, just because
Yeah.
I do prefer like I don't know, like gaming laptops.
Yeah.
And obviously Mac can't do that. But yeah.
For me, it's like I've been a victim of the Apple ecosystem since I remember. My only other phone, I guess, was a BlackBerry like yours.
Mm,
And then yeah, and then back to iPhone. And then once I started growing up more, making my own money, that's when the Apple Watch came, and then all the
yeah.
1,000 different types of AirPods. Um, I'm using MacBooks, the iPad. Just I'm surrounded by it. I have fallen victim to it, and they
Yeah.
get with this like easy ecosystem,
Yeah.
usage. Like, can you share this one to this, use this with that, da 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 da, and you're like, yeah, I need all of it, and then you end up just using your phone anyways.
Yeah. It's true.
The only thing I use
Um,
my Mac for is live streams and editing
Mm,
nowadays.
in my case, I came from, I guess I would say I started from, um, you know, yeah, iPhone ecosystem stuff too,
Yeah.
especially very
mm.
early on, um, even the era of 3GS up to
Oh
iPhone
wow.
4.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
But,
Yeah.
but at the time, though, I eventually kind of went to Android and never returned to. But the reason is because back then it was quite limiting. The ecosystem is all cool and and all, but it feels kind of like I'm in my separate world
Yeah.
compared to the majority of people here in Indonesia is using Android,
Mm,
and
Mm,
that kind of also affects my work at the time.
mhm.
And I
mm.
don't really remember what kind of apps was where that problem occurred.
Yeah.
But then I just thought like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Android, and again, I don't know what it's like now. I with iPhone.
I mean, no, they just literally. I use iPhone for everything, but I will be the first to say it's like they keep giving you a reason to buy more stuff, and it's all the same stuff over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the
Every
thing.
new iPhone is just like a bit slimmer, or here's some new colors. Here's a new ship
Yeah.
that we developed. Literally the same thing.
I mean, I
Oh,
guess the really cool thing about Android though is because you were able to download pretty much anything. Like, obviously, you need to be aware that, hey, I'm not going to be protected by the Apple ecosystem, where you
yeah,
can just try stuff on your own. Like, you can tweak a few things here and there on your Android, and then you can pretty much do a bunch of shit that you wouldn't be able to do with iPhone or with iOS unless they let you do that. So I really wanted to have that freedom, and I mean, it was cool though. Up until I was like, oh, maybe I should go back to iPhone, and it also kind of like I guess the environment that you're in, it really plays like it's like it's forcing you. It's kind of like peer pressure. Like you should be getting this because
yeah,
I remember back then when I used to live in Melbourne for so many years everyone had an iPhone. So if you had an Android, it was kind of weird. So people were mostly using iPhones, so iMessage and all of that, right? But depending, like I've noticed that in Europe, most people prefer to use Android. Okay, so if
yeah,
you're there, you kind of have to go with the flow. Like even now that when I come back to Mexico and it's not that many people that have iPhone, and it kind of makes sense though because some Android phones are pretty affordable, right?
mm,
And you're gonna be using the same shit anyways.
yeah. I
So
mean, literally, it's the same apps on both whatever
yeah,
ecosystem you are.
yeah,
It's just one, I guess, does knows how to do, I guess, a little bit better in marketing. I think that's where
yeah,
Apple gets most of their stuff. And then they like build hype the right way, and then suddenly, everyone's using Apple.
yeah. It's like when I talk about peer pressure, though, like I feel like the only things that I would change would be like the current headphones that I have, which
Yeah,
they're Sony's.
yeah.
Just because when I have meetings just with Foxy or TJ and they have
Mm.
their fucking Apple headphones, I don't know how they're
Wait, wait,
called.
wait, wait,
Uh,
wait, 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 wait.
yeah, I'm sure you have them too. I'm like, should I get them? Like, do I need them? So it's a little bit of peer pressure, and maybe I'll get them. I don't know. I don't even know how expensive they are, to be fair.
Fall into the
But if
peer
I,
pressure, Bogan.
yeah, I know. But honestly, if I would buy them, I would rather like every stuff that I buy, like from Apple or whatever, like techie stuff, like including my laptop and shit. I rather buy them in the Emirates because there are no taxes, so things would be cheaper. everything will be cheaper that way. Like if that's kind of like alpha for you, if you want to buy techie shit and if you happen to find yourself in the Emirates, just go there, buy your stuff there, and then like when you leave, you can just get your money back, like
Yeah.
because you don't really need to pay taxes, right? So it's just a way to go. Like if I get them, with yours like pearly black as well, because they look pretty sick. Yeah. Um.
I
Yeah.
mean, another trick for those of you who are not heading over to kind of like Dubai and Abu Dhabi and stuff, but guys, Singapore is also another great hub. I buy all my stuff from Singapore.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, my phone, my laptop, all of my Apple stuff is from Singapore because it's really cheap there. I think they're one of the
Mm,
main, I guess, manufacturers of Apple or something like that.
mm.
So it's really cheap, and then you can reclaim the taxes, and then plus, Thailand like phones, I guess Apple phones made for Thailand don't have the Apple Pay feature, like they blocked it.
Oh,
Yeah, but
oh,
if you get a
that
phone from
sucks.
Singapore, yeah, if you get a phone from Singapore, you can use Apple Pay.
Mm,
Yeah, same
that's
here. I
yeah.
think a lot of people got their hardware here from Singapore.
Yeah.
Mm,
Not just iPhone, not just phones,
Mm.
including computer hardwares and stuff like that. Graphics
Yeah,
cards,
I'm
especially.
Yeah, I mean most of the stuff in Thailand, like if you go buy something from Apple like in Thailand, it will have like the packaging and it will say that it was made in Singapore. So literally like it's the hub, like they get it here from there as well. So if you are going to Token Singapore, good place, good opportunity to just get another phone or get something.
yeah, true. Probably, I mean, the headphones. Hey, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're nice though, Bogan. Look. I think Foxy or TJ, one of them have like the blue one, right? The blue one's also really cute.
yeah, the blue ones. I think Foxy has the blue ones. TJ
Mm.
has. I can't remember, but maybe the blue ones as well.
Mm.
Um,
I'm a
but
I'm a
yeah,
classic space
For
girl.
TJ, someone gave it to him. Someone gave those headphones to him, so he was just wearing them. Probably his
Wait,
girlfriend, I reckon. I don't remember, but yeah, it's a nice
will
gift.
someone? Does anyone want to give me anything?
I know, I know. Same.
Damn, 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 damn. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
nice,
look
nice.
at that.
Wait. Okay, so we've done a lot of yapping. We've gone a bit off topic about the Plooshies. Let's circle back a bit. We have like 150 people with us right now. Bogan, any quick updates? Anything we want to talk about in this session? I know there's going to be an inner circle call coming soon as well.
Yeah,
So look forward to that, guys. And apart from that, we've been cooking a lot of stuff. So Bogan, stage is yours.
yeah. So, what we're gonna be doing with the inner circle community, like if people are not familiar with it, it's pretty much the core community of the Plooshies. There's meant to be 333 NFTs. Realistically speaking, there might be like 150 people holding in a circle Plooshies. What we're doing is we're pretty much updating them because we really take into account their feedback, whether that be we take everything like the good, the bad, the ugly, everything is important for us to know just to assess how the core community feels in certain aspects. So we had one not that long ago, pretty much a month ago, almost a month ago. In this month, a lot of things have happened. So we're pretty much very excited to introduce and pretty much communicate with them where we are and the stuff that we've been cooking behind the scenes, which is something that I've been putting, I've been trying to communicate with people. There's a bunch of stuff that we're working behind the scenes related to the Web2 aspect side of things, which are going to be really important. We think they're going to be catalysts for the brand. Obviously, it's yet to be seen if that's going to make an impact in Web3 and the floor price and all this yada yada. But we're putting a bunch of effort there because, I mean, after all, we're running a business, right? We have this company. We want to ensure that this brand will be successful in the long term. So we needed to take into account certain steps to make sure that's going to happen, right? So obviously, in these past 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that we're going to be giving an update to the Inosuke community, and down the line, people will know that more publicly. Whether that we'll be announcing that on X, on Telegram, Discord, etc. Is that obviously one of the kind of elephants in the room is what's going on with Plushie Island. So we will be communicating what's happening with Plushie Island to the Inosuke community, because there's a bunch of updates that we need to give them. There's a bunch of stuff that will be happening on Plushie Island. So in the meantime, we're just pretty much working a lot on, brand awareness, securing a very important partnership for the brand. Um, yes, even the categories. um, so yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff really really exciting. So obviously we need to bring those vibes back. Like if I put my community cap as well, I'm like, okay, you
Mm,
guys have done this, you try to say this, you try to do that, it didn't work, we get that. Obviously we need, like I said, we need to get that feedback. We always try to be super transparent as we can. So that's what we're doing, these inner secret AMAs, and then communicating that with the rest of the community. So yeah, I mean, like I said, there's really important things that have happened in the past few weeks that we need to communicate with the people. I'm very excited to see how they're gonna react to it. But obviously, putting a bunch of effort in the social media and the brand awareness, so people can see that with that stuff happening, at least in Web 2, and then you know activating IP, a lot of the stuff that will happen down the line. Uh, and then obviously, like I said, the elephant in the room, like what's going on with Plushy Island, what's going on with Abstract, what's going on with all of these things, right? They need to be addressed. They're being addressed like as best as our capabilities. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's really exciting times. It's really kind of tough to let the community know, like, hey, we're actually here for the long term. I feel like a lot of people know that.
yeah.
Obviously, it's super easy. Like if I put my community cap, I will just go with the people that are louder, right? Because
Mm,
I want to get those flowers. I want to get those likes because I bought an NFT, and if they're giving me those likes, I'm gonna go with them. Like it's just
mm,
human nature, right? We want to have that sort of interaction. Like if you're not getting it from your core community, which is the Plooshies, that's a big red flag. It's something that we're
mm,
trying to address, because obviously there's a bunch of our core community members that, whether that be in DMs or publicly or in the inner circle chat, they're trying to address their feelings, which are super valid. We want to address them as best as we can. But I also get it. Like I put my community cap. If I see someone else getting more likes because they bought another NFT, I would go with that. It's human nature. People do that. Like people do that all the time. Whether that be because you're, building your portfolio, or because you just really like that social interaction. So there's a bunch of stuff that we will be communicating. Obviously, the KPIs that we put ourselves, as as a company, as a team, so we can be as transparent as we can with them. But yeah, other than that, like honestly, I see like every single department of the company is working incredibly hard with the main goal of making you guys proud of being a Plushie holder, with everything that's put in place, right?
yeah.
Mistakes happen. We learn from those mistakes, but we'll stay here. We're still working very, very hard, because it would be
Yeah.
very easy, particularly in these market conditions, right? To like just, you know, fuck off, give up. Like, why am I even doing this? Like, we're doing this because we're very passionate about the stuff that we're building, and because we
Yeah.
truly believe in the brand. And not only us, though, like people who can elevate the brand, that are knocking at our doorsteps, they also believe in that shit, believe in the
Mhm.
Plooshies, in these, like I said, it's a meme, it's a big fucking head and a small body. They believe in this IP, right? They believe in the stuff that we've been producing as a small team with a limited budget. So yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
it was gonna be a TLDR, but as you guys know, we love the app. I love the
Logan
app.
likes to yap. Yeah. I mean, I would like to add on a little bit yapping myself of that as well, which is I know that, the game itself, launching, developments, things like that. Those are things that people feel, I guess, a bit closer to them, or they feel like, those things become more urgent or more visible updates, because of the fact that they can play it, they can touch it, they can do these different things with it. But one thing I'd just like to add on is that, the Plooshies itself, it has so much more potential than to just be a game. The brand it can grow into so many different verticals that you wouldn't even like you don't even have to imagine it because you're already seeing it happening with the gifs, with the Instagram. We have different partners, like Bogan said, who will actually believe in the IP as well, who want to grow it with us, who see the potential there, know that, you know, we need help and we need that support from the community, from the different companies, from different believers to be able to push this IP. And they're working with us, they're knocking at our doors, and they're trying to get onboarded into this because they believe in that vision too. The Plooshies itself is not just a game. Plooshie Island is a big part of it, yes, but the Plooshies is also the biggest part of it. Like the actual IP, the characters, the lore behind
Correct.
them, how they interact, different content that we make, all of those things build up the Plooshies. And all of them are developing in such amazing, amazing ways with amazing paces, if I can say so myself, working with different IPs in the past. Um, I just can't wait to see where this goes next, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting, right? Because as a company, we decided to bring more people to the team, right? Because we know that we knew back then that we needed as much support as we can from people with different skill set to elevate their brand. So
Yeah.
obviously, that sort of transition period takes a little bit of time to kind of settle in, and for the community to see those results, it also takes a little bit of time. Obviously, there's been a bunch of mishaps in between, but like I said, it would have been so easy to be like, you know what, let's just give up whatever, we couldn't do it. We're not that kind of people. We're very resilient. We've been battle tested for so many years without
Mm,
getting, you know, the insane hype or the insane support from the same KOL cabals and stuff just to pump their backs and stuff. We've been taking the slow kind of approach,
mm,
which in the long term is being proven to be the best one, right?
mm,
So obviously, I mean, again, if I put my community cap, like if I don't see the vibe super high or whatever, I will just try to look somewhere else. But it's the nature of Web3, it's the nature of our industry. When you go to the right and you go up, they will always come back. And they will come back with even more like, okay, now they actually feel better because they truly believe in what they were putting their money in. And they'll be
yeah.
like, okay, let's just try to bring them back. So um, it's a very interesting phase where we are, where once we start delivering those results, which I guess we made the mistake of kind of like changing how we used to do things, of under promising and over delivering. We're taking that approach again. I know that it's slow. I know that it's painful for the community because you want to see like give. When are you pumping my backs, mate? Like literally, this is the whatever Web3 team you look up, the main thing is to pump your backs, dude. And obviously, we need your help, your support as a community. Like that's just how it is, though. At least in Web 3, but also in Web 2, we're making things a bit different because, like I said, it's running a business, running a company, making sure you have the right partners to elevate the brand awareness, activating the IP, securing this and that, right? So
Mm,
there's a bunch of elements that you need to take into account, but it is sometimes it's just as simple as knowing, because all of us we've been in this industry for so many years, we know how easy the narrative can change when you go up and to the right, right? And if
yeah.
the market conditions are perfect, then like you're a genius. If not, oh man, you're slow rocking. Like no,
Yeah.
like there's so many projects that we thought they were gonna be here today with us, uh, that sadly they're not anymore. Um, we're still here, and we're still gonna be here in the long term. So it's kind of painful to us, like just be patient, trust the process. uh but it is like, obviously if I put again like my community cap, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again, announcement of an announcement. But like we know what we're doing. I think we're taking the right approach this time.
Yeah.
um Instead of like pushing things and because people need to see this and whatnot, let's just take a step back, go back to the whiteboard and be like, okay, this is what we need to do. This blah 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 blah, and it would all make sense. So like Bam Bam was saying, and we've been saying, and I've been saying, right? Like Plushy Island is just the tip of the iceberg. Yes, our core product, but that doesn't mean that that's what Plushies is, right? Like that's just what Plushies are, like just Plushy Island. No, there's so many more things. So
Yeah.
yeah, again with the
Exactly.
That's what with
No,
the partners in crime, the dynamic duo that love to yap whilst we get the opportunity to
hey,
watch Win do really cool stuff.
yeah, I mean, I was watching him while we were doing that. Perfect. I feel like you see those like lo-fi channels, even ours, where it's like nice picture and then chill music. Here, it's
Yeah,
like if you need a bit more energy, so it's nice images and nice picture, nice cooking, plus
yeah,
nonstop yapping.
yeah. Oh, speaking of
And
music, I even forgot to add a little bit of the music that we have here on Restream. So it's okay.
nah, it's all
I guess it
good. We
doesn't
have
matter.
next
Yeah,
week.
I know.
Yeah, we have next week and the week after that, and so many more weeks because we're stay.
Yeah.
We're here to stay. And thank you for being here with us, guys. We have 2 minutes left. And before we hit the 1 hour mark, and I'm pretty sure that I need to head to bed soon because I'm still like not
Mm,
'Still
100.
recovering,
But
yeah.
we cannot end this session off without the quick fire questions.
yes.
Ta da
Oh, you know what? I
da!
really need to get a soundboard or something like that. I
Yes,
should probably get
yes.
one. Yes.
Get
Yeah.
soundboard, please. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'll limit our questions to like three today, just because we're a bit short on time. But I think we have some fun ones. So I'll get started right away. Number one, your keyboard only types in caps, or your mouse randomly double clicks everything.
Sorry, repeat that.
All
Your
caps.
keyboard only types in caps, or your mouse randomly double clicks everything.
No, all caps, because I mean,
That's
depending on the line I will be using, uh,
Yeah.
what if I'm using the one used to trade and shit, and if my mouse starts clicking, then that's not great.
Yeah.
uh, I would
Yeah.
just rather go with all caps. I would
Okay.
need to know that's gonna happen so I can change some of my passwords to all caps,
Yeah.
I suppose. But yeah, I'd rather that than having my mouse clicking random shit. Like,
Okay. Okay. True. True. Fair. Fair. Gwen, what about you? What's your reasoning?
that's an easy answer. Definitely all caps. I mean, like my friends are used to these situations where I don't know if you experience it, where you realize, oh no, I'm typing in all caps, but you know the person you're sending this to, and you just don't care. Oh, I'm gonna keep going with all caps. I'm gonna keep it all caps. So not much of a problem with all caps.
Okay, okay. I mean, I'm gonna have to answer differently there, guys, just based on the fact that part of my job is social media and typing out the captions of everything. I don't think I don't think our community will like everything being in all caps, might be a bit aggressive. So I will have to deal with the pain of accidentally double clicking everything every once in a while. And that's all for you guys.
oof, good luck with that. But
No, the pain though, the pain. Okay, okay. Next one. So these are pretty much all quite like phone themed, okay? Um
okay.
okay, maybe not all. I have some options here that I'm picking from. Okay, first my next question, notifications you can't clear.
Hmm. It's damn. I don't know. It's just sometimes I do have a lot of notice that I don't even pay attention to, so I
Yeah.
can live with that, I guess. Um, yeah, 1% is just too dangerous in my opinion. Just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I would go with the 100 notice that you can't clear. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'll go with that. Yeah.
Fair, fair. Gwyn, what about you?
Repeat the question again. Sorry, it's
No
my
worries.
computer is problematic.
No worries. Would you rather your phone be at 1% battery all day, or would you rather have 100 notifications that you can't clear?
It's
Is it
hard.
me? Oh, okay. He was pausing.
100
Okay.
notifications are not clear. I think I can handle 1% thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, because that's already kind of my situations right now. Is the notifications, all these scams and stuff like that. You know, scam
Yeah.
messages or WhatsApp family.
Yeah.
Multiple family from England, family from Indonesia. I have like three of them. and there's like hundreds of messages, and they're like bleeding into it. It's just like eating up our memory. I'm used to that already. So, oh, that's cute.
Hey, cute Pupple. Hello. Hello. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah.
What's his name
Okay, okay.
or her name?
Runny.
Oh,
Running.
that's cute.
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Rennie.
He's actually very old as well. I don't know if you can see his gray hair, but I think he's
Yes.
like 14. He's very
Damn.
old, but he's also quite active. So um,
That he's so cute. He's so cute. He's such a tiny little thing. As
it's
for
like a
myself,
tiny
as you
Doberman.
guys,
But
yeah. As for myself, as you guys can see from all the red, like I guess buttons and notifications on
oh
every
my
single,
goodness.
literally every page I have, I'm going with the I'm going with the 100 noties. That means nothing to me. But 1% battery is like too much anxiety. I cannot handle that.
Yeah, that's too much anxiety. I agree. It's either you go with anxiety or knowing that
Mm,
your OCD will be cooked because you will see a bunch of different notice and stuff. And yeah, I don't know.
yeah. uh that's funny. Okay. I have one last question for you guys,
Mhm.
which is, would you rather have an "Okay Boomer" tattoo on you, or "Live, Laugh, Love"
God.
wall decal in every single room you go into?
Ah,
Okay,
that's.
boomer tattoo.
I think I will go with that one because it's a really cool meme. Like,
I know.
fuck it, I will go with that one too.
Yeah, like when I first like saw this question, I was like, everyone's gonna say "Okay Boomer" because I'd be like, I would do that here, and I just be like,
Yeah,
yeah, "Okay Boomer."
Man,
I know.
I really hate those kind of like back then. There's a lot of them, but like back during the Facebook era, especially
Yeah.
like
Live, laugh, love.
live, laugh, laugh.
Home,
Like
home, sweet
Mm.
home.
uh, you know,
Oh my god.
if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And I just, oh, I'm sick of those seeing that thing everywhere in my timeline.
Oh
Yes.
my god,
So
yes.
I couldn't survive just having to look in, like having to see that message or that wall decal. So that's got to be big, right? In every single room I walk into. No, I would, no, cannot. So I'd say, "Okay, Boomer,"
Hmm.
anytime. Ah, okay. I think that was a fun way for us to wrap up, guys. Um,
Yeah, no.
yeah. What should we?
I
Yep.
think I'm okay.
Should we? Should we? Okay, Boomer.
No, I think I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, okay.
I'm planning on getting more tattoos, but I'm thinking of something more artsy, I guess.
Maybe "Okay, Boomer" in cursive.
Okay, boomer in cursive. Okay, that's hard. It's quite a bit artsy there. That cursive part makes it more artsy. I'll think
Love
about it.
that.
I'll think about it.
Okay, okay. I'm
Maybe.
down. I'm down if you guys are down. If we're
Yeah,
getting "Okay
it's like
Boomer"
it's
tattoo.
like the no regrets tattoo, right? Like just put it here like okay boomer.
Yeah, it's
That's
the
like
the no
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 regret.
no
no
regrets.
regrets.
No
Yeah,
regrets.
yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Well, guys, we've hit the 1 hour mark. It's been a fun session, but I think it's bedtime for some of us. Thank you everyone for being with us today. We will see you in the next week's Odd and Yap session. With more alpha, I guess,
Yep.
more developments. We keep building. Thank you guys for being here with us. And before we jump off, Bogan, Gwyn, any last words?
Oh, I really
Okay, boomer.
tired right now, so
Those
I
are my last words.
don't really have much last words outside of good night and have a good rest of the day. Morgan, pass
Yeah.
it down to
Same
you.
for me. Like I already said like my last words will be okay, boomer. But yeah, guys, thanks again for tuning in. It's always a lot of fun chatting with these absolute goats and with you guys as well. Like, thanks again. You could have been elsewhere and you chose to you know, be here with us yapping and watching Win create something pretty cool that you will see relatively soon on social media.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yep.
Cheers,
See you
guys.
guys soon.
See.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.